honored guests, my brothers. Today I would like to honor my priest hero, Father James Krasinski. Father James was my high school chaplain for all 4 years of high school and currently serves as the pastor of the UW La Crosse Newman Parish. He's a man who I look up to because of the way that he represented the priesthood and Catholicism in my life. I did not have a close relationship with my pastor growing up, so I really never got to know a priest very well until I got into high school and began to learn from and work with Father Krasinski. I can sincerely say that if it was not for Father Krasinski, I would not be in seminary right now. He was instrumental in much of my journey here and in my faith life in general. I can point to several occasions where he made a big impact on me and that also point to the holiness of Father as a priest. My first real memory of him is his teaching style in our freshman religion class. Now, my class in high school had a reputation for being undisciplined, and the statistics proved it. As we marched our way through elementary school, middle school, and high school, we had an unusually high number of teachers resign after our class moved on to the next grade. And religion class was no exception. As our smartest and brightest students tried to outsmart Father, the bored students tried to get him off topic, and the jocks tried to play pranks, and I, of course, attempted all three. He simply took it all in and stayed very calm and collected in dealing with us. I was notably impressed by his knowledge of the faith, but most especially by how he was able to deal with all of the troublemakers with patience, understanding, and kindness. I remember particularly when a student was goofing around and shattered Father's 30-inch statue of Mary that he had in the classroom. Father's reaction was simply to have the boy clean up the mess and accept his apology. There's no outburst, and he didn't even give him a detention. He understood that it was an accident, and he let it go. I was also very struck by his passion for music and football and science. It didn't really occur to me until later how well-rounded of a man he was, and is. He would be on our sideline for football games. He would write pieces of music for our choir and for us students. And he could sing, play guitar, piano, saxophone, and who knows what else. But he could also answer many questions relating faith to science, and even recently worked closely with the Vatican Observatory Foundation in Arizona in helping set up a 4-day workshop for priests and those who work with priests in youth and adult education. I worked with him in campus ministry and retreat team in high school, and he never once asked me if I had thought about priesthood because he knew I wasn't ready for it. He continued to pray for me, though, and when I finally came to him during my second year of college, inquiring into seminary, he welcomed me and is truly the reason why I entered. This part of my life was when Father truly became that hero for me. After I heard God calling me to the seminary, it was the thought of Father Krasinski that broke the misconceptions I had about becoming a priest. From my experiences growing up prior to high school, I had simply dismissed priests as men who were sinless and spent their whole day praying in church. And when I tried to picture myself committing no sins and spending all day on my knees, I knew I was guaranteed to fail. But immediately, Father Krasinski came to mind, and I realized how much a priest really does, and that the priesthood is something obtainable for me through God's help. God could have used anyone to break this mist and fog that was keeping me from seeing what the priesthood is. But through my relationship with Father, that mist was lifted, and I am forever grateful to that witness in my life. As I continued to meet with Father to discuss seminary, he explained every question I had with patience, and with just the right amount of push to get me on my way. He urged me to go on a mission trip that was a real eye-opener for me. He also encouraged me to dive into seminary completely and without reserve, because that's the only way it's going to work out. He gives this advice having lived it himself. His loving, patient example manifests itself through his music, his holiness, his homilies, his action, and his conversations. I owe much to Father Kaczynski as he continues to be there for me and encourage me. Praise be Jesus Christ.